just talked about players who have signed. But there are a good handful of ELF stars, guys that we kind of love and have seen in the league, perform really well, be big names, who are still unsigned. Okay, we've got a couple graphics up here for you guys. Let's throw this up here so we can take a look at some of the stars that are still unsigned. We see Aslan Zetterberg. He played for the Surge a couple years ago. He played for the Musketeers last year. We've got defensive rookie of the year, Pierre-Yves Maho from the Mercenaries last year, unsigned. Aaron Donkor. Matt, what jumps out to you here?
I need to give all of them their flowers, Nick. I'm going to go on another bit of a rant. So we got Aslan Zetterberg, Swedish defensive tackle, and I'm going to be a little bit hyperbolic. I'm going to hype him up a little bit. The best interior pass rusher we have in Europe. He is phenomenal. He affects the pass in deflections and with pressures as well. Looking really forward to getting into his tape if and when he signs. Every team in the league after Aslan Zetterberg. A little bit underclassed, but he is a truly phenomenal player. Number 2, we got Pierre. Young guy, got 7 sacks last season, had a bit of a spurt of a couple games where he just was an absolute wrecker on the defensive line. He's big, he's young, he is a homegrown. I do favour him to come back to Mercenaries. They have a very young, very athletic defensive line. If you remember, they've also got D1 Alfred Sagna on the line as well. And you add in that other experienced lineman. It's going to be very good. I think that benefits him most. Personally, if I'm going to pick a team for Aslan, by the way, it would be Nordic or Paris. Just to return and just to be homegrown would be amazing. Aaron Donkor, former NFL player with the Seattle Seahawks. One of my favorite rushes in the entire league. We saw him in the championship game create so many problems. Saw him all the way out through the year, caused so many problems. He's had Tom Sula now with the defensive line, who is an absolute phenom when it comes to defensive line coaching. I want him to come back to Ryan if I'm going to pick another choice. Maybe someone like Hamburg. You pair him up with Carl Kitchens. That could be absolutely disgraceful to watch on tape. Last one, Robert Lackman. Last one, the defensive line. I'm going to go on more rants just yet. Robert Lackman, extremely good pass rusher. Amazing burst. Amazing strength in his hands. I've just finished some grading on his games. And so far, you got to edit a little bit, one of the highest pass rush pressures and win rates that I've graded so far with defensive linemen. So far, he's hitting at about 33%, which is about Myles Garrett level of pressures.
That's wild. All right, that's wild.
So he's a phenomenal player. I'd like to see him absolutely anywhere. I know he was at the Raiders. I want to see him. Literally, take your pick. Robert is phenomenal. I hear through the grapevine that he might be signing very soon.
Ooh, well, how about Pierre? Where would you like to see him?
I think either Helvetic, would suit him best. You just put him with that young talent. It just suits him well.
Yep.
He's going to advance into that E status. Oh, I'm trying to think who has an E left. You may Paris, maybe. They have an E left. They have a couple left. You could put him with Stanley Zalekbe and just create like that speed and power dynamic. That could be fun on the edges. I think it's kind of hard to the Swiss guys, right? Because you don't have them as multiple teams. They have to be really good to get up to that E level. Maybe another year for him before he gets up to E level.
Yeah, and then a shout out to Jamal here. He says, Mercenaries, I'm here. I'm sure he'd like to see Pierre go back to the Mercenaries. All right, let's take a look at some of our linebackers who are unsigned. You know, I love to talk linebackers here. Mm-hmm. All right, Matt, walk me through this. Who's your kind of your favorite out of this group, and where do you think some of these guys might land? My
favorite is Jordan, because Jordan is athletically a absolute monster. Former D1 guy, played a little bit in the NFL with the Chiefs as a practice squad member, then went over to the USFL. Also, I think with the Stars, so a ton of Stars players play for the Stars. Like, we got a lot of Stars come over. He is, I got him as athlete. I put him as athlete because you remember he played a little bit of running back for Paris last season because he's just such a good player. He was able to do that. Amazing versatility, quickness, burst, explosiveness, everything you'd expect from a guy who played at Notre Dame. I really, really like Jordan. I want to see him back. I think if you put him at Nordic, you have him, Ludwig, you have Hugo. Both of them are all-stars. You have him on fourth. That could be one of the best defenses instantaneously if you add Jordan into that.
Absolutely, man. How about Zachary Blair? I mean, we saw him bounced around the league. He's been one of the few American linebackers. You know, I'm very biased in favor of American linebackers. Thoughts on him?
I like Zach Blair. He's amazing. And also affects the special teams like crazy. He had 7 or 8 blocked kicks throughout his career. Like, he gets everywhere. Had injuries with Milan last season, unfortunately, because when you have him on the field, it was just different. Milan were not a good defensive unit. Let me just be honest about it. But you put him in, and they looked a lot better. They looked like they were not still a great defensive unit, but if you avoided him, then you have some ways around. He is that good. You need to go around him to get to the actual point. Unfortunately, he's not currently re-signed. This kind of speaks to something I want you to talk about more on as an American linebacker, because currently it's just AJ, because Dawson Dale is our favorite 4-2 running linebacker. is not here. I believe he's
it's a damn shame the fastest player in the league last year, Dawson Dales, is not returning. But yeah, man, I mean, we're seeing it. It's kind of a dying breed, the American linebacker. And now AJ is really the only true inside linebacker we have left. The Cologne signed an American linebacker, but as you said, he's more of kind of a outside backer, edge, rush type player, not a true ILB. We're seeing less and less of that. It's clearly the move, the status quo for teams to go with American DBs more often or a defensive end. But I do think, if you have the right guy at linebacker, like a guy like AJ that can affect the entire field, sideline to sideline, be able to stop the run, also very effective in the pass, and then a great emotional veteran leader. So I'm always a big fan of these kind of guys, but we're seeing teams go sort of in a different direction. Who knows? Maybe we'll see kind of the pendulum swing back the other way in a couple years in the ELF. But right now, the American linebacker is a rare breed. But we see there's a lot of really good European linebackers. Like, we've got some pretty elite European linebackers as well. All right, let's switch over, Matt, to the other side of the ball. Wide receivers who are currently unsigned, or at least publicly unsigned. Some glaring names here, okay? Some big superstars. Malik Stanley, Markel Castle, Lewis Geyer, Nathaniel Robitaille. These are all guys that have made massive splashes and been pretty dominant in their respective times in the ELF. What are your thoughts here?
These are all stars. This is insane. Malik, a physical, absolute monster. Against Paris, one of my favorite games I've ever watched from a receiver. I'm getting into super niche stuff. He rips the ball out of the hand like Moss level out of Chandler Jones. You know how much I love Chandler Jones, also a DB that's unsigned. I really want him back. But Malik Stanley is an absolute physical monster on the X. True X receiver, can just space everything out so fast, so big, so physical. Great catch radius. You got Lewis Geyer, who is, I think we all know, we probably think he's going to come back to the surge. He has been there for years. He started there. I know he had that 1 year in Cologne, but he is, he is the surge. He's kind of the face of that team, I think, especially as a German perspective. He's amazing. He's a 2-time All-Star now, especially considering he was a pioneer of the league. He's in his 5th season. I think he's younger than me. He's like 24.
It's crazy, man.
Yeah, he's phenomenal. I can't wait to see him potentially with Riley again, with Pedro as well. You add in Cotton as well. That receiver core, if he does come back, is just top 3, we're thinking. Maybe. Yeah, and he got Robitaille, had a great season in the Hungarian team with the Andronas. Speed. He is 32. That's my thing, right? He is. We said that last season. I know you had him high on your rankings. Silas had him high on his rankings, I think. But he is not currently re-signed, and he's a smaller slot receiver. We've got quite a lot of the bigger receivers currently at the moment, which is maybe the way the meta is moving in the ELF, which is interesting. Right. Markel Castle. How a Triple Crown winner is not unsigned is unreal. Like, he was Triple Crown winner a couple seasons ago. He is probably my most complete receiver I've graded in Europe. He can do absolutely anything. He can rack. He could go up with the ball in the air. He can take a man on one-on-one. He can kind of pull some moves out of the bag. Like, he is a phenomenal receiver. 3-level threat definition. I don't know how he's not signed. If he doesn't get signed for the start of the ELF season, I might have to make my own team and then sign him.
Yeah, man. I mean, if we don't see him signed back, there's something wrong. Some of these teams need a little bit of a check. Carlos Hill was good too. Alex Malchow says, "What's going on, Alex Malchow?" He also says Nick Alfieri is unsigned right here. Out here, let's throw that up. Nick Alfieri looking for a team. Okay, like we said, washed up, old 32-year-old linebacker, sort of the ideal American import, which every team's looking my way, okay?
Yeah.
I'm going to stick to media with you, Matt. Yeah, man, we got some absolute balls. Malik Stanley is a freak. I stood next to him at the Surge Munich game last year, and he is just a dominant presence. I'm sure that these guys will find homes, or at least I hope they will find homes in the ELF this season. All right.